you want to second guess yourself so much because you're trying to avoid losing. This is the number one characteristic of a losing trader. You're willing to hold on to a losing or questionable trade. Come hell or high water, you'll hold that. It isn't moving like you want it to. But damn it, you're not letting go of it. Because what happens if you close it and it runs in your favor? What happens if you're fucking wrong and you just held on to it too long? That's what usually happens. See, if your trade is right, it's going to show you right away. What's the perception of others about them? That's what they're trying to have new equity highs in that. And that's the problem. When you go out and you start challenging people, especially people that have been doing it a long time, and you can't bring those results, that will rattle you, especially if you're a male. A male takes that person. Again, it's like you're saying that they aren't that large downstairs. That's how they'll take it. That's what it feels like for a man in trading. If they are sizing up with someone else or someone else is calling them, tapping them on the shoulder, that feeling of I gotta live up to that. Because what if everyone else thinks that I can't do this and can't do that? And then what they do is they start doing things that they can't really do. And they are regretting it. My FX books, announcing they're going to do funded challenges, all that kind of stuff. Don't do those things. If you don't do those things, I guarantee you your results will be phenomenal. Because you're placing no image in the results. You have no expectations held of yourself. You're not saying, I have to do 20%. I got to do 10% a week. I got to do 100% in a month and a half or 2 months. All those types of goals are stupid. If you haven't been trading for at least 3 years and you're trying to do stuff like that, you're really making it more difficult than it needs to be. Versus, what happens if you just try to make 2% a week? Would you be happy if you had a funded account with, I don't know, $100,000 and you tripled it over the course of a year? I mean, how many of you would be like, and fuck you, I don't want $200,000. Crazy. $200,000? What the hell would I want to have $200,000 for? That's insulting, I think. Why would you even ask me? That's what some of you are basically saying without saying those words. Because you want to double your account every month. What would $200,000 a year do for someone like yourself? Would it change your comfort? Would it make things a little bit easier? How about get yourself out of debt? Well, you don't have to work very hard to get that kind of result. It's very small little micro moves that you have to do, but when you make them for the week, you have to stop. Don't place any more Olympic feats on top of you. Don't try to live up to everyone's expectations of, hey, you're an ICT student, you should be out and killing it like ICT style. No. One good trade a week. Do it and be done. It's about making money. It's about making money, folks, okay? It doesn't matter how many little hearts you get behind your Twitter posts or how many fanfare you get from all the other, I don't even know how Instagram works. Whatever that stuff is with fluffer words about. Those things don't matter. Making fucking money. Paying your bills. Being able to taking care of your family. Paying the mortgage off. How about getting a house without a mortgage? Paying your car note off so that way you don't have to keep making payments. New set of duds, clothes, doing something for someone that wouldn't expect it. Those types of things. That great game. That game. I've taught in great detail on my YouTube channel. But the problem is, you're one of those individuals that want ICT to get right to the point. The point is, you don't listen. That's the point. The point is, you don't fucking listen. You're not trying to see good advice. Have it your way. Well, have it your way mentorship don't make millions. That's the way that works. Okay, it creates emotionally charged traders. And then when they fail, that creates that virtuous cycle where you want to try to get it that third way. You know, that means you're going to lose more fucking money. And it just keeps repeating and repeating, and finally you blow your account. And then what happens? You beat yourself up. Because you're going to look at the trade and say, why the hell did I even do that? There was nothing in the market. Why did I buy it? There was no fair value gap. There was no order block. The emotional charge is because all trade and why you even are trading. You're not the only one who's done it. Everybody. Why? Why is it so hard? You're competing with yourself. You have to live with yourself. You have to wake up in your own skin tomorrow and the day after. And the decisions that you make today and yesterday and what you'll make tomorrow come with consequences. You want consequences to be sugar-coated, almost orgasmic in trading. You want them to be happy endings. It's not to sound crude, but that's what you really want. You want a chance meeting with a stranger, and a knock on your bed tonight. That's what you want. You want every night to be a one night stand, and it's all good, feel good moments. I'm sorry. Sometimes you're gonna wake up next door and anger me.
One.
But you gotta say, I got pip drunk. I made some poor decisions. Thankfully, I'm not married to the person. And just put down before you stuff. And just live on, and continue to trade and try not to do that same thing again. This goes for both the ladies and the men. You know what I'm talking about. I just whispered. I'm watching. I got my eyes open. But the reason why it's so difficult trading is because you're competing against a fucking savage in the making. You are such a formidable adversary that you alone are the one that's holding yourself back. Nobody else is holding you back. Yahoos on the internet and say what you're trying to learn doesn't work. Gosh, that didn't sound good. People commenting saying, "Oh well, you know, you're doing this and you're doing that. This is the real way of doing it. That doesn't benefit you. Go chase that stuff. You're sticking to this." But you're the adversary. If you take the energy that you place in worrying about stupid shit and people that don't matter, and you apply it to yourself, and you build yourself up something useful to yourself and your friends and family that are worth the energy. Yes, I said you shouldn't have any in your small circle. And when I cut those out of my life too, man, happiness. Happiness. You know, I'll tell you something. When you start making lots of money, your fucking family does not like that. They don't like that. They're gonna look at you and say, you know what? This motherfucker here. You know, I never noticed this bitch has an ego problem. Look at him. He's buying these cars. I didn't drive my car to your house. I didn't say, this is how much I paid for my car. They just found out I bought these cars. Now, these are my family. I'm a young guy. Trying to do what makes you happy. You know what I mean?
Success log. Liquidity set.
Enjoying
Well, I want to get invasion from
your friends. Don't be surprised. We don't like the fact that you're successful.
Okay.
And they're going to be like, they are too fucking lazy to do the same things as yourself. A chance. Working by
London.
success is something that falls in the book. You got to work for it. And that means you gotta keep your attention on the person and apply it to hard work and be diligent about it and show up every day. And when you do that, results will come.
1 hour.
And you're going to find out who your real friends and family are. Because the ones that really love you They're gonna
May hide and aim to share convey.
if anybody was gonna deal with it, not
Social six.
accomplished. That's amazing. Can you show me what you did there? Not look at you, motherfucker. You think you're better than me? Hey, if you got all that money, why don't you give me some? I heard more of the laugh. That's what's telling you how to live your life and give you advice. Or they tell you something like you allowing that to drain you or make you doubt what you're doing this for. If they're not better than you are in success, have more than you, find more than you, and able to have what you're doing right now better than you, that's what I do. I didn't disown them. I just necessarily not invite them into my conversation and my personal life and what I should do and what I should do with my personal wealth. If you didn't tell me, you didn't encourage me, you got to spend it. Now, out of context, that would sound like if you were in my situation, that's how you would think about it too. Whose business is being ran? Nobody can find it. You didn't build it. You didn't take the risks to grow it. You weren't there to console me when I was blowing my account. You weren't there to encourage me to say, hey, keep going. None of that was. And you're going to experience the same fucking thing. And guess what? Relish in it. Because when you get it, when you arrive here, it's not there. Nothing.
Target. Target.
You did not do that shit. I had to persevere.
Game session.
And
1 o'clock.
let me tell you something. You can call this arrogance, you can call it hubris, or pride, or fucking call it. So I call it because I had every night whispers and doubts coming in my head all the time. They can't do this. What if I can't? What if I fail? What if I have to work the rest of my fucking life?
1 o'clock.
I have to go to bed thinking about that shit. You know, I go to bed thinking about now. Man, I didn't have to do this today. Man, I didn't have to do that. I look around, I see everybody else flipping out, driving out, losing their fucking mind. Traffic. I don't have to go through that. I don't have to go through that. I'm 50 years old. I don't have those cares in the world. And I want all of you to have that. I want you to have that. That's not privilege. Let me tell you something. I had to work my fucking ass off for this. I had to work. I had to work to make this work for me. It's normal. All this is